So we are live on North Texas Barbecue Addicts. Y'all been following me and Justin on our way to Georgia, Noonan, Georgia, Atlanta out here, long way from Texas, but we got Tina Cannon here. Long time coming to get to hang out with you. I'm excited. We're going to get y'all filled in on all the stuff that we're doing while we're here, but really we just want to get here and kind of interact with the barbecue community. Tina loves the North Texas Barbecue Addicts and the barbecue community in general, so we all appreciate y'all for following what we're doing. Do you want to, let's just start off with telling them where they can find you at.
So we can find me at TinaCannonCooks.com, and every social media outlet the same thing, Tina Cannon Cooks. So this weekend we need to hit 79K at least, right?
Yep, we're right about under 200 away from 79,000 on the barbecue community, which is crazy. Like I always say, it blows my mind. I was just telling Tina, North Texas Barbecue Addicts, as some of y'all know, started with 50 people that I just knew loved barbecue. So to say that we're close to, come on, Doggy, come on up here. Come here, Cody. To say we're close to 79,000 is just, it's insane. So first off, also, before we get going, we want to shout out our sponsors for everything that we have going on today. You've got some new sponsors. Why don't you mention those?
Yeah, well, of course. Thank you, Cody. Thank you. All right, buddy. Six Brothers is sponsoring all the meat. So we'll be doing some dino bones, we'll be doing seafood, we'll be doing chicken. Lots of different types of meat that should be not only entertaining but delicious.
Yeah, definitely. And then your newest sponsor, what was that? Your newest grill?
Oh, well, green egg, which I got several recipes I'm going to cook on the green egg, as well as my pellet cookers I've cooked on for years, my Grill-A-Grill pellet cookers. And we'll be doing some things on Weber, so and we'll be doing some things in the kitchen. And most of the things that we're going to cook you can do in the kitchen, in the oven, if you're just not a grill person, because you know, inclement weather, or you're just not willing to do it. So I'll give you both ways to do it. And I answer all my emails and Instagram messages personally, and I've had over 300,000
you get a lot
in the September 18th when the Netflix show aired. Over 300,000 messages.
And like we've talked about in the interview before, whenever I interviewed Miss Tina, truly she does reply. The way that me and Tina got involved in hanging out and just enjoying what each other's doing was just communicating on Facebook, right?
Yeah, but I mean, that's amazing. You know, I'm quite a bit older than you, so this is new to me, social media, but it's so exciting. I was talking earlier, and I hope your wife don't get offended. You're like my barbecue husband. You know, because we talk all the time, and it's about food, and about barbecue, and about spices, and about sauces, and about rubs. You know, matter of fact, when we're going to cook start it tonight, right?
Definitely.
So we should probably film that, right?
We're going to do all kinds of stuff. One of the things that we're going to do is just roll smoke on a pork butt. When I was interviewing Tina, and she mentioned some of the processes that she did with the pork butt, I was all in. I wanted to know how that went. You know, I know how I make mine, and you know, I've done well when I make mine. I don't get complaints, but I'm always open to seeing, you know, new ways, which is what's really cool about this trip. I mean, Texas, Georgia, barbecue's awesome in both areas. And
it's not a football rivalry.
Right. Right. And we're going to collaborate and make some awesome food. I have no doubt about it.
Yeah, I sent you the list, so I hope you liked all what we're doing.
I looked at the list, and I checked it twice, and and I was totally excited. Why don't you tell them some of the recipes that you have, all of the recipes.
Well,
tell them what we're going to work with.
We're going to start with some appetizers, buffalo bacon candy, and I like things spicy. So we're going to start with some spicy buffalo sauce with hot pepper bacon. We're going to do a Thai coconut soup with chicken and shrimp. Now, if you want to do that on the grill, fine. That's an in-the-house kind of thing, something quick. We're going to do a chicken satay, and we're going to smoke our own peanuts and make our own peanut sauce.
I'm excited about that. Yeah, definitely, 100%.
And you can put peanuts on the smoke when you've got a pork butt or something else on. You might as well do two things at one time, you know. Then we've got some Cajun barbecue shrimp, which is kind of weird. It's not grilled. I know. It's called that, but it's not. But you can cook it on a cast iron pan and make it.
And put barbecue flavors into it.
Yes, it's a very different, lot of butter, because it's, you know, Creole Cajun dishes.
I'm all right with a lot of butter.
And then we're going to do some of the Six Brothers beef. We're going to do the steak au poivre with cognac cream sauce. You know, that's delicious in a cast iron pan. That can be done on a grill in a stove. Then we've also got poached lobster, which is the dish on the Netflix show,
Yeah.
American Barbecue Showdown, that Melissa loves so much. So I'm going to show you that exact recipe that I used, even though I didn't have time to measure when we were there. I threw it together, so it's taking me some time to remember how I did it. And then we're going to do an ancho and coffee rubbed bacon wrapped pork tenderloin. So that's one of my family's favorite dishes. I've got so
excited
many
to try
things.
that out for
Blackened chicken. We're going to do a blackened chicken. That's actually simple. So I'll show you how to make a blackening seasoning, or if you want to buy a ready-made brand, that's fine too. But we're going to show you how to make one. It's very easy. Probably everything that's in it they'll have in their cabinet.
Yeah, and that's also like when you're teaching people recipes, showing them how to cook things, you want to direct them in the way where they've had or have those seasonings available,
Yeah.
you know.
And it's not like a big deal. With me, there's always a plan B.
Right.
My mom taught me a plan B. You can buy blackening seasoning in every grocery store.
Yep.
So if you don't want to go to the trouble of making it, it's like 6 ingredients. And 2 of them are salt and pepper.
Do we want to possibly tell them those 6 ingredients, or are we hiding? Are we going to keep those back for what we're recording?
We're hiding.
Yeah, we're going to keep. Y'all need to
Can't
stick
tell you
around for that.
everything.
We can't share everything, but she's got some stuff. She's got some tricks up her sleeve here, right there.
Yeah, we're going to do dino ribs
Yeah.
from Six Brothers also. On the show, I did short ribs, but we're going to do the dino style. I know you Texas people like them big. I usually cook the short ribs, but
Yep.
we're going to really branch out and do dino ribs with the herbs de Provence that they joked about. Put your pinky out with a fancy seasoning.
Good.
But y'all,
Hold on.
they are so easy. Go do your pinky out. That's right. I've had so many people come and send me messages of them in the store buying herbs de Provence, like showing me pictures of it. It's so funny that people never use that seasoning.
Yeah.
It's in you go to every grocery store and find it. Now we got a lot of other stuff we're doing. We're going to make some compound butter together, which you can cook a lot of things, or you can just put it on toast. You don't have to be that fancy. I mean, I could go down the whole list. I mean,
Go
there's
for
so
it.
much stuff.
We
We're
got
gonna
people.
we're gonna do dill pickle chicken.
That's going to be that. I mean, I'm excited for all of it, but the second I saw the dill pickle chicken, and I know a lot of people watching this will hit home too, but Chick-fil-A brines their chicken and dill pickle juice, and I already know Tina's going to kick their butt. So it's like,
Well, we're gonna do a grilled
Yeah,
sandwich. We're not gonna do fries.
I'm not worried about it. I'm
Yeah.
excited about it.
Yeah, so I'm excited about that one too. And then we got to do wings.
We have to do wings.
Wings-
That's just
wings
like a
2
personal
ways.
preference thing,
Yeah.
you know. That's
and
it.
you like the drummies,
Yeah,
I like
she
the flats.
likes the flats,
so it works
so we're
out.
50-50
See,
there.
barbecue husband here. Drummies
Yep.
flat. Same
Yep.
thing with my husband. He likes the drum. My real husband. He likes the drummies. I like the flats. So it works out.
Yeah,
You know?
nobody's fighting over the wings.
And then we're going to do some scallops and shrimp. We're going to put them on a skewer a way where they don't spin around and they look really pretty when you
Right.
want to. And they're easy to remove.
Yeah.
Because people don't know how to get stuff off.
Yep.
It's so easy. We're
Yep.
going to do that. And let's see, we're going to do a few desserts. I'm not known for desserts, but I have a handful up my sleeve that are actually really good.
I'm not believing her at all right now. Like, I mean, I've talked to her several times, and you know, I know where she came from before barbecue came into play, so I don't believe her at all right now.
That's never been my forte. You know, I think on the website I have my recipe for cobbler that's on there. It's on the front of the page. It's really good. And I did that on the show, and I was so happy that the judges loved it. And it's
Yeah.
just a simple cobbler pie, but there's a secret ingredient. It's on the website, so, you know, it's easy to use. It's buttermilk.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't even
wrong
drink
with that.
buttermilk, but I
Yeah,
cook with
cook with
buttermilk
it.
a lot. When I eat fried chicken, I use buttermilk.
It's got an extra depth of flavor in
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
I brined in buttermilk, salt, pepper, and hot sauce, and grilled it.
Yeah.
You know, like overnight. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
so good. Yeah.
See, she's already messing with my barbecue emotions right now.
You're gonna gain weight before you fly home.
Well, I've been telling everybody, like, I feel like after I leave here, I'll be full for at least a month. Like,
Probably so.
I think at least a month.
Probably so. You know, and then I got today Heritage Steel
Right?
sent me some cookware, so they are new. I
Yep.
haven't announced that yet, along with Hammer Saw knives. Haven't announced that yet. And then, of course, Six Brothers, I think.
Yep.
Y'all have announced, so,
Yeah.
which is exciting. And then, of course, green egg, and then a meter, which you'll see on some of my videos. That's a wireless. You put it in your meat. I did a video
It's
with
a Bluetooth
Tri-Tip.
wireless,
Yeah, and it
yeah.
works, and it gives you the temperature. Because if you cook, especially beef, to that temperature, it will always be right. You know
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
If
yeah.
you always cook it to whatever that temperature you like, whether it's rare, medium, it will always be right and perfect. And that's what I like about the meter, because I'm weird.
Yeah.
I like mine medium, and my husband likes his medium rare, and it's exact every time.
Well, that's what I tell people also. There's, and I get it, there's people out there that just don't believe in the gadgets and they don't think they're necessary. But for me, can I cook a steak without using one? I definitely can. Will it be good? I definitely can make a good one. But it takes the guessing game completely out of it. You can recreate the same one.
This is rare, or, the trick, this is rare, medium rare, And I've did that in restaurants that I've worked in for years, but you could put each one of these in each steak.
Yeah.
And it's right every time. Like, if you're trying to cook more than like 4,
right,
and everybody wants something different.
Yeah, that's a task.
It's hard. That way you know it's right. You don't got to worry about it. So I'm really happy to have them as a sponsor, because it's something I use anyway.
Yeah. Yep.
If it wasn't something I use anyway, I wouldn't be talking about it.
Well, no, yeah, exactly. I mean, I am a believer in, temperature gauges in general. Again, if you're out there camping or just cooking in your backyard, just hanging out and, just enjoying each other, there's no better way to keep up with the food that's going on your grill than actually having a temperature gauge to go and reference. So you can get medium rare, for your aunt or uncle that likes, well done, unfortunately. There's always going to be 1 or 2 out there that want that, and you need to be able to appease everybody. So that's how you do that.
And then charcoal, what do you use?
I use Kingsford Blue. That's what I do, the Kingsford.
Really?
What do you got going on?
So I'm Fogo.
Right.
Yep. The first ingredient, that's the hashtag.
Fogo's the first.
First thing is, and I was lucky enough to get to try all the different kinds. Because in competition, I use a gravity-fed smoker, so you can't use the big chunks.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. So they have 3 different kinds. So if you want to use a gravity-fed, you use the smaller pieces, the smaller lump.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and then for the egg, I'm using the bigger pieces if I'm doing like a big meat.
Right.
I want to have a longer cook.
Burn.
So I'll set it up almost like in a snake, and I'll get the middle going. And I tell you what, flavor is awesome. And that's what the egg, you put your wood on to begin with.
Right.
Whereas I'm used to with, like, say, a Weber or another type of smoker, you add wood as you go, like a Lang.
Right.
But with the egg, you close it and you walk away. You put your meter in it or whatever thermometer you want to use, and you walk away.
Yeah.
So it's been a learning experience not doing that, because with my gravity-fed competition, you're adding wood at a certain time every time.
Right.
Especially when you cook some of your meats 14 to 16 hours, you're up adding wood.
She makes me look like a rookie. Like, I was talking to her the other day, and how many dishes did you make just the other day? I mean, it's just...
Oh, yeah. Well, I work for a large charity, so, like yesterday I only did like 200, 225, but usually it's about 450 a day.
Yeah. Only 200, 245, you heard the words from Tina, only.
And, I did 42,000 meals last year by myself.
Yeah. I mean, and that goes to the reference of practice makes perfect, literally. If you can recreate, I mean, it makes you really comfortable with your craft, which I'm sure helped you out on the show, right?
I think so. A lot of people ask, there have been people that didn't think I should win, but I kind of, I kept like traditional barbecue in a way and southern roots, but I went out with the Asian ribs and
changed it up a little bit.
Changed it up, and everybody's got an opinion on that.
Well,
so
I mean, and that's and
I still won.
It all goes back. Winter brisket, tri-tip ribs dinner.
Yeah.
It all goes back to, again, I mean, in any competition, there's always going to be a personal preference, and there's always going to be a standard preference.
Yeah.
And sometimes those personal preferences really shine a little bit. And so when you do a little bit outside the box, when you catch somebody that loves a flavor that they weren't expecting, they're like, well, damn.
Yeah.
I
can cook baby back
something
ribs.
Different besides salt and pepper.
I can cook some baby back ribs. I prefer, St. Louis cut.
Me too.
They threw some stuff at us. I've never cooked a hot and fast brisket. Matter of fact, on that show, I had never cooked on an egg at that time.
Yeah.
I had never cooked on a Hunsaker type of barrel.
Mm-hmm.
I had never cooked on a Lang.
Yep.
I mean, but the thing is, if it's time and temperature,
Yep.
If you can keep consistent temperature, what really threw me was short time.
Yeah,
You cook this in
that's
a
what I was
short
thinking,
time.
yeah.
So I never did hot and fast. Now, now I can.
Well, not only can you, but you did it good. You did it good. I mean, hot and fast, and for anybody watching, I'm sure a lot of people that are watching know this, but hot and fast is 300, 325.
Mm-hmm.
Even when I was cooking with Harry Sue, he went up to 375.
Is he still cooking on the little Weber's?
Weber Smoky Mountain. That's his go-to.
Yeah.
We cooked 4 Snake River Farms briskets. It got up to 400 degrees. And it was some of the best brisket I've ever had, but now, do I know how to do that necessarily?
Yeah.
Even though I saw it, I still can't recreate it. So, there's elements of, I call it barbecue magic, where you just know what you're doing. And, cooking at 400 degrees, you got to do a lot of manipulating. There was a lot of spritzing. I think we spritzed every 25, 30 minutes.
Yeah. Did you rotate?
Yep, rotated it. And what
There's
he did
a lot of more work in it than people think. There's less time.
Right.
But more work.
Right.
Low and slow. Like, I don't know how we're going to do this, but I guess we'll use 2 different techniques. Low and slow, I put it on and I'll just leave it. I don't do anything with it. I have a certain time by color that I will kind of cover it and shield it. It depends on which cooker.
Yep.
Each cooker is going to be different.
Right.
So if I'm on my big gravity fed that that I compete in and have for years, that's a Southern Q. You didn't even looked at it yet.
I need to. I saw it. I almost went there before I came inside.
It's out there in the yard. We live in the country. It can be in the yard. But, at a certain time, I will shroud it or cover it. And I get a lot of people ask me, what's that foil underneath your butts? I always put a square of foil underneath my butts, and people think that's strange. And I usually cook it fat down in competition.
And
but you'll see when I cook it at home.
Change based on your cooker?
Yes, I would say that. Like a few weeks ago, you saw I scored one, and I cooked that on the egg, and I cooked it fat up.
Yep.
Now it was still like 10 hours, but it was like a 9-pound bag.
Yeah.
And I was at 300.
Yeah. Well, what I've noticed also, and then brisket, we'll just go with brisket, fat side up, fat side down. With brisket,
I'm down.
Yeah,
what are
exactly.
You? Okay, I'm down.
yeah, especially in competitions, and especially like on a trailer smoker, and even on a drum. But it just really gives you the ability to get an even slice. That fat's going to really handle the heat, no matter if it's up or down. Yeah. So you're not going to lose the rendering of the fat. If it's on the bottom, let's be real, it's catching some real heat. So it's going to render, but you're going to be able to get clean slices. It's not going to, when you do fat up, you really got to work your knife for that fat not to break and that bark not to disappear.
Yeah.
So we've switched to fat down for brisket completely, especially in competitions.
Yeah, in competition, 100%. But I do that with my butts too.
I'm sponging up information. I'm just going to let her talk.
You should just listen. With COVID, there was a lot less. There was no contest last year that I went to, the traveling area. I have one on March 6th in Lawrenceville, Georgia, and it's too bad it's so soon. You could just come and go. But if I cook another one, you just come cook.
Well, I don't think this will be the last time I'm here, so that's the good news. We got a lot of cooking to do.
Put you up in the guest room.
Yeah, definitely.
Cody likes to sleep with the company.
And Cody's just soft enough to where I might sleep with him too.
He always likes to sleep with the company. So we got the camera crew here, and
we
they're
got them setting up in there
to start some things, and Heather, one of the camera people, he loves her. He'll probably sleep with her.
Yep. No, right when I walked in, me and Cody had a moment. So, and I found out he was the Wi-Fi password, so he's important.
Yeah.
He's
important. Just tell everybody. We're so creative here.
I didn't tell him the last
other part,
digits after.
The other part. Yeah. Say hey, Cody. So tonight we're gonna do some prep for the dill pickle chicken and maybe the satay and some things like that.
And then we got the dino beef ribs thawing out. We've got, like Miss Tina said, we have so much stuff. We got shrimp, red Argentina shrimp. We got scallops. We got rib eyes. We got beef ribs.
Burgers.
We got burgers. We got lobster tails.
Yep.
We're gonna be cooking up some food, so y'all are gonna want to stick around for sure.
Too bad you're not here.
I'm gonna get Tina to Texas, so y'all, she's coming to Texas.
Hey, I love Texas. I've been there several times. I'd love to come and cook.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here, and I really appreciate you for letting me and Justin come raid your your property and your house, and,
Yeah.
and just you know, we got a lot of recipes to cook up. So I'm excited to fire them all up.
Yeah.
You know,
So tomorrow we'll get on the rig and I'll show you that smoker.
Yeah,
You know,
definitely.
in between, and then I'm going to get a new smoker.
What?
Yes. Not as a sponsor, but just they want me to try it out. Orion.
Okay.
I have no experience other than watching YouTube videos, so I'm really excited about trying to cook a brisket in
Yeah.
like 4 hours or less.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
And I cook really big briskets.
Yeah.
You saw mine
Yeah,
in the
those are-
freezer.
those are huge.
Mine are 22.5 pounds.
Y'all are familiar with their Snake River
Farms Golds,
Yeah,
yeah.
those are big. Those are big suckers.
Yeah, they are. So I don't know, since I've never cooked on one, I might just throw something small on it. But
Maybe put like a chuck roast on there first.
yeah, exactly. Something cheap. It's like, but I'm going to get those next week, so I'll add to my arsenal because I have 2 here plus one in the back now. Got one over there. I got one out there, and then I sold one recently, so I'm gonna have an Orion next. So we'll just line them up.
Well, one thing I want you to do, Miss Tina, is I don't know if you realize it or not, but there's so many lady NTBA members that love you. They love what you're doing.
I've had a few people write me.
Yep, they love what you're doing. Love seeing I call it the barbecue journey. Love seeing all that. You want to say anything to those followers?
Well, it's like a family. Barbecue is a family, but the chicks that are into it, we're another family.
Yep.
We got to like share with each other and share our pages, share our products, our information, so people see that we are out there.
Yep.
We are, and that's why I was so glad to do the couple TV shows that I've been able to do.
Yeah.
I've had so many people say, "Gosh, I've never seen other than Melissa Cookson."
Right. Yep.
You know,
Yep.
and I've been in all of her for years. I mean, 7-time world champion. I mean, you know, we don't just do side dishes, right?
No. Yeah.
Get outside, y'all, and
Yep.
light that grill. And, you know, I love pictures. Some people have shared pictures. Y'all can send it to me on my website, my email, my Facebook page.
Yep.
It's all Tina Cannon Cooks. And, you know, I love to see pictures. And like I said, I answer everything myself.
Yeah.
So if you have some questions about seasoning, how to cook something, how to trim something, I probably have some videos that you can see on how to do it. So y'all just write me.
Y'all need to definitely check her out. I know a lot of y'all follow her on Instagram already, but she's getting her YouTube ramped up, and you know I'm a subscriber on all the channels that I run. We've subscribed 3 or 4 times now. I love seeing everything that she does, and it's just because she's enjoying what she's doing.
I love to cook.
Yeah, exactly, and you can see that. And
Yeah.
you know, I've seen some YouTube channels where they're doing it just to do it, and you know, which, you know, I get it, but you're loving what you're doing.
Well, I mean, I cook for a big charity. I don't have to do that.
Right.
I love to do that. If you think about whether it's barbecue or pizza, whatever.
Right. Don't bring
People,
pizza up.
I mean, you know, yeah, really, maybe we'll order, cook one on the grill. But, you know, it brings people together. If it can take everybody and you can talk about food, you can talk about barbecue.
Right.
If you just mention barbecue, I don't care what country or state
Yeah.
you're from, we all have our different ways. And I think we're going to have a competition with each other.
Hell yeah.
And I mean, there's nothing bad you can say. It's not political. It's not this. It's not.
Yeah.
It's like
It's
a
food.
joy. You
Yeah.
know, and you know, I grew up eating everything charred. I think I said that on a recent video. My dad,
Dad.
charred everything on a gas grill, and y'all, he boiled ribs. I swear to God. Anyway, I didn't know any different, so I still really, really like charred.
Well, yeah.
I even
mean,
burn hot dogs, and I like them that way.
Yeah, you
purposely.
need a little bit of char on there, and that's the flavor.
Yeah, and I grew up with everything burnt, and I thought that was the way. And when I first started smoking foods, now I know it was over smoked. I had an old little water smoker, and it was over smoked. Now I know.
Right.
So, but I loved it.
Yeah.
Like, it was tender.
Well, like she's saying, she grew up liking the char. Well, I didn't grow up necessarily with my parents grilling, and I just started out burning stuff. So, you know, I like the char too. So
Like the
that's,
char,
that's how I started out still. You know, like I was the one burning it, but it's okay.
And Cody likes whatever Mommy cooks.
Yeah.
He does. Yes, he likes what Mommy.
Well, we just wanted to hop on here and let y'all know what's happening while we're out here. Shout out to Justin Kelly, the JK Solutions and Twisted Transistor. He is running the live stream for y'all. The quality all that's coming from him. So shout out to him. Shout out to Six Brothers Beef, and of course, shout out to North Texas Barbecue Addicts, our barbecue family. You know, we're not doing this unless y'all are interested. So we truly appreciate y'all for tuning in to everything that I do, and I want y'all to tune in to everything that Tina does. And if Cody gets him a channel, he needs him a channel, y'all need to tune into him too. Dang it, But we got the camera people setting up in the kitchen. This is just for us to just hang out with y'all, enjoy y'all, and just let y'all know what we're doing. So we appreciate y'all for stopping in. Do you want to say anything else before we roll out?
Well, yeah, of course.
Go.
Light up your grills tomorrow if you don't want to do it tonight, and please visit my site, Tina Cannon Cooks.
Yep. And until next time, guys, peace. Y'all keep on barbecuing.
Bye, Cody.
Bye-bye.
No.